Imagine a fleet of massive combat drones carrying 440-pound warheads swarming through the pitch-black night. They aren't flying blindly. Instead, they operate like a pack of apex predators, communicating in real time through artificial intelligence to coordinate tight tactical formations. Even if an enemy unleashes heavy electronic warfare or completely jams satellite signals, this swarm still sees, recognizes the terrain, and strikes strategic targets with pinpoint accuracy. The most terrifying part? They can launch from a military base over 1,200 miles away. This isn't a scene from a sci-fi movie. It's a weapon system that has already been built, tested, and is about to permanently redefine modern warfare. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into Turkey's ultimate air defense nightmare, the Baykar K2, one of the smartest and most lethal loitering munitions ever created. Over the past few years, whenever anyone mentioned Türkiye's Baykar, the first platform that came to mind was likely the Bayraktar TB2, which made global headlines across multiple battlefields. But while the rest of the world was busy figuring out how to counter medium-altitude armed drones, Baykar was already playing chess steps ahead. In early 2026, the company unveiled and flight tested its newest platform, the K2, evolved from the kamikaze series. Intriguingly, the promotional debut didn't feature aggressive military beats. Instead, Baykar paired footage of this lethal drone swarm with Shostakovich's Waltz No. 2. Combining images of a deadly swarm with a somber, powerful classical piece sent a clear message. This weapon isn't built for minor skirmishes. It's a calculated, cold, and precise instrument of modern destruction. To grasp why the K2 is sending shockwaves through defense analysts worldwide, we have to look at its scale. When most people think of kamikaze UAVs or loitering munitions, they picture small hand-launched drones carried in an infantryman's backpack, or at most something like the Shahed 136. Drones like those usually carry modest warheads around 40 to 110 pounds, enough to breach a single room or destroy a light armored vehicle. But Baykar K2 operates on an entirely strategic level. With a maximum takeoff weight exceeding 1,760 pounds, it carries a massive 440-pound warhead. That payload is comparable to a full-sized aerial bomb. It isn't designed for tactical targets like individual tanks or small bunkers. It's engineered to obliterate critical national infrastructure, from strategic bridges and underground ammunition depots to primary air defense radar nodes in a single strike. Then there's the operational range. The K2 doesn't just loiter along the front line. It can penetrate deep into enemy territory with a strike range exceeding 1,200 miles and a loitering endurance of over 13 hours above the target area. To put 1,200 miles into perspective, you could launch this drone from one country, cross the airspace of 2 or 3 neighboring countries, and strike deep inside a continental target with ease. What makes this even more dangerous is that the K2 doesn't require massive runways or sophisticated air bases. It is built to operate from short, improvised, or unpaved airstrips. Locating and neutralizing these launch sites becomes an absolute nightmare for hostile forces because a launch can happen virtually anywhere on the map. Yet, if the K2 were merely large, long-ranged, and heavy-hitting, it would just be another affordable cruise missile. The real game changer lies in the artificial intelligence embedded directly inside the airframe. During recent live tests, Baykar demonstrated a capability that stunned defense experts: artificial intelligence swarm autonomy. In the exercise, 5 K2 units were launched into the sky, handing complete control over to the AI. The 5 drones communicated with each other, holding tight V formations, switching to line abreast layouts, and seamlessly maintaining flight discipline for hours without human intervention. This isn't just pre-programmed flight pathing, it's real-time, decentralized decision-making by an interconnected computing network. How does AI swarm capability translate into actual combat effectiveness? Picture a multi-million-dollar enemy air defense network. Standard radars track incoming targets and launch interceptors one by one.
But when faced with an incoming K2 swarm, the drones dynamically rotate positions in real time. Select units can act as decoys, flying aggressive maneuvers to draw out and deplete the enemy's expensive surface-to-air missiles. Once the defense system is empty or reloading, the remaining K2s carrying those heavy 440-pound warheads press forward to destroy the primary target or slam directly into the radar station itself. This level of swarm coordination can easily overwhelm and collapse even the world's most advanced anti-air defenses. Another major challenge in modern conflict is electronic warfare. In today's combat zones, the first move by any military is jamming satellite signals and GPS, leaving enemy precision weapons blind. Older drones without GPS often drift off course or crash. Baykar solved this on the K2 by equipping it with visual terrain navigation. Instead of relying on satellite data from space, high-resolution cameras scan the landscape below, while onboard AI matches the terrain against preloaded 3D maps. Even if every satellite signal on Earth is jammed, the K2 navigates purely by sight and memory. Furthermore, it utilizes visual target recognition to lock on to moving ground targets. Even if a vehicle attempts to flee or camouflage itself, the K2's AI stays locked on, guiding the warhead in for a pinpoint strike.
Baykar has also introduced a feature that sets it apart from traditional suicide drones: reusability. Normally, loitering munitions are one-way assets meant to detonate on impact. However, combat scenarios change rapidly. Missions get called off or targets move before the drone arrives. Allowing a drone carrying a heavy warhead to run out of fuel and crash is wasteful and dangerous. The K2 addresses this with a base return feature. If a mission is canceled or no target is selected, it can navigate back to friendly territory, jettison its warhead safely, and land to be refueled and rearmed for future operations. This capability not only saves millions in procurement, but also exerts severe psychological pressure on adversaries, who never know when or where a returning drone will strike next. To give you a complete tactical overview and highlight the unit economics of this system, here is the full specification breakdown for the Baykar K2. When you analyze these numbers through the lens of attrition warfare, the most disruptive aspect of the K2 isn't just the tech, it's the cost. A unit price of roughly $100,000 might sound substantial, but on a strategic military scale, it's exceptionally low. Consider modern air defense platforms like the US Patriot system or Israel's advanced Iron Dome network, where a single interceptor missile costs anywhere from $1 million to over $4 million. Launching a $4 million interceptor missile to destroy a $100,000 drone represents a massive economic loss for the defender. If Baykar mass produces the K2 and deploys them in swarms of 10 or 20 units simultaneously, defending forces face overwhelming financial drain just to survive. Strategic analysts refer to this concept as magazine depth. Whichever nation can churn out high-precision strike assets cheaper and in larger quantities holds a decisive long-term advantage. Eventually, expensive defense stockpiles run dry, and when they do, the sky belongs to autonomous AI swarms. The Baykar K2 is more than just a new drone. It's a clear signal of where modern warfare is heading. Future conflicts won't be decided solely by who has the most expensive fighter jets, but who can integrate AI and autonomous systems to gain tactical and economic leverage. Turkey has shown once again that it isn't just following defense industry trends, it's driving them, forcing global powers to adapt rapidly. What are your thoughts on this shift? How can modern air defense systems adapt to counter low-cost autonomous AI swarms? Or is the era of multi-million-dollar interceptors coming to an end? Let me know your breakdown in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into defense technology, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on our daily military tech updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.